going to show you how to create a two-colour layered look on a piece of furniture using what we call a resist. I'll explain more about that in a minute. Here's something that I've done earlier. It had a layer of a green colour, kitchen scale, underneath, and then on the top I've put grain sack, which is a whitish grey colour. You can see the little flecks of green showing through to create that two-toned look. So let's get started. We're going to start with this piece of wood that I've marked off, so I can show you three different things that I'm going to explain about the resist. This side we're going to be using a wax puck, and on this side we'll be using hemp oil. What those two products are going to do are they're going to resist the paint that we're going to put on top, which will be this Tricycle Red that I've already mixed up. So we're going to have the greenish layer showing through in little flecks the red paint that we're putting on top. In this middle section, I'm just not going to put any resist on here so that you can see what happens when we eventually sand back to show the different looks, what you can achieve. Let's get started. So we're going to be first using the wax puck, which is Miss Mustard Seeds wax puck, and it's just made from beeswax. And what we're going to do is be rubbing it on areas, probably the areas that would be most worn in an authentic situation of an aged piece. So we'll just rub it on this little section here, rub a little bit over here, and you just want to rub really hard like that, because this is going to be resisting the top layer of paint as we put it on. Now let me show you the hemp oil. You'll just want to put a fairly generous dollop of hemp oil on any rag, or you can brush it on if you like. And we're just going to be rubbing it into the different areas. And this creates a lovely finish when we actually paint over it. It doesn't matter if you miss parts of it. As you can see, it's a fairly generous layer of oil there. Okay, I've mixed up some Tricycle Red, which is a nice vibrant red colour to go over the top of this bluish green. And so I'm just going to show you, we're just going to go straight across the whole entire piece. I'll start with the wax puck side. Oops. It's a little bit more on the brush to go over the hemp oil, and you'll see that the hemp oil is resisting this paint already. See that bubbly look we've got going there? Wow. Look at that gorgeous colour underneath. Those two colours going great together. So we don't have that happening on the wax puck side, but when we do the sanding back, you'll see how these two things resist the paint. And we'll let that dry. Okay, I'm using a really fine grit sandpaper. This is 320, and we're just going to be sanding off. You can sort of feel or maybe remember the areas where you did the wax puck. And as you see, when I sand that there, you can see the blue-green colour showing through. So you can see the blue coming through there. We'll move across to the hemp oil. Now in this section you'll see it's already started a really nice chippiness, and probably that's due to the amount of hemp oil I put on. I was pretty generous with that. So once again, we just gently sand here. You can see it's already got a nice chippy look about it. It's hard to get in these grooves. Just curl your sandpaper a bit. you can see, it's causing quite a bit of chippiness there, which is really good because you want to see that other colour coming through. And it's okay to leave more of the red in the grooves. Now I'll show you what will happen if you don't actually put a resist in between the two layers. As we start to sand away, you see some of the blue. You see what starts to happen is you can actually see the raw wood, and you've got to be really careful not to let that raw blonde wood show through, so it's not showing as much of the blue as it does when you actually use a resist. So I just wanted to show you that, because that shows the purpose of using a resist. As you can see, both the hemp oil and the wax puck create two totally different looks. And what we're going to do, just to finish off the whole piece, is you always finish with either a wax or hemp oil finish to give it a nice smooth surface and protect your paint. It also will stop the paint from chipping any further. So today I'm just going to use some hemp oil to finish off this. We're just going to rub over this whole entire piece with some hemp oil. And when the hemp oil dries, it'll be less oily, but it'll give it a nice protected and matte finish surface on there. There you go. That's all you need to know about resists.